was up my spine.
He always believed in me and so many performers, and I'll see you right back here tomorrow. Good night.
David Muir, the most trusted, most watched newscast in America. And now, World News Tonight has won the Emmy for Best Live News Program for the 4th year in a row.
Right now on News Channel 6 at 7, a shooting investigation is underway in Augusta, how several teenagers are connected, and reactions from neighbors in the area. Also, how the Boys and Girls Clubs of Augusta is showcasing elected leaders and what they do. And your News at 7 starts now.
Live from Television Park, this is WJBF News Channel 6 at 7.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Dee Griffin. Thanks so much for joining us. Coverage you can count on begins with 3 teens charged after a deadly shooting at a house party in Augusta. Some in the Warren Road community say this case is the latest issue involving short-term rentals in residential areas. Jartavius Edmond has the latest.
The Richmond County Sheriff's Office says 18-year-old Eric Miller was killed Saturday morning, and 18-year-old Joseph Lamar Thomas was wounded. Investigators have charged 3 teens with murder, aggravated assault, and possession of machine guns. A 4th teen was also arrested on separate weapons charge. Neighbors say the night unfolded fast.
My wife heard a lot of noise, and she thought it was banging and wasn't quite sure what was going on. She woke me up, asked me if I heard it. I didn't hear it. And then she heard the sirens and everything like that. We live right up the road. I didn't pay much attention about it at all. And then we found out, yeah, there's a big old shooting down here.
For others in the neighborhood, the shooting has only added to frustrations about large parties and who's being allowed to rent these homes.
How do we get more responsible adults that are saying this is not okay on the streets? You just terrorized a neighborhood full of 70-year-olds. You were a kid that went to a party at 14 years old. Now you're an accessory to murder. There are 20 of those. We saw them take them off in a paddy wagon, Saturday night, Sunday morning, whatever it was. You've just ruined your life to go to a party in a neighborhood that you don't understand, full of people that will happily defend themselves and each other.
District 7 Commissioner Tina Slindak says the city is already working on a short-term rental ordinance.
We do currently have a short-term rental ordinance that we are working on. And when we get the ordinance ready to come before the commission, I'm hoping the public can come and look at that point. But we still have some work to do and hope to have that ready for the commission by end of summer.
In Augusta, Jartavius Edmond, WJBF News Channel 6.
If you're heading out of town this summer, Aiken law enforcement may be able to help keep an eye on your home. The city of Aiken offers a free residential security watch program for people who are traveling. Officers check homes within city limits while owners are away. Officials say the extra patrols help deter suspicious activity and give residents added peace of mind.
And we go and check twice a week during that time period. So however long they're gone, we'll go by twice a week just to verify that everything looks okay on the outside of the property, no damage or anything like that, and that the vehicles appear to be okay while they're out of town.
To sign up, residents can contact Aiken Public Safety. A Washington County man is in jail accused of murdering a 15-year-old. 22-year-old Kamarian Washington is facing several charges, including murder and child molestation. Investigators say 15-year-old Olivia Knight was found dead at a home in central Georgia on Friday. The search for an escaped inmate in Emmanuel County has ended. Investigators say 40-year-old Robert Smith escaped from the Emmanuel Detention Center in Twin City around 2 o'clock this afternoon. Officers used tracking dogs to locate him. Well, it's time now for a first look at our weather with meteorologist Avery Gray, and a lot of storms have popped up there with lightning.
Yeah, that's right, Dee. We are seeing a pretty electrical storm on live Viper 6 radar, really over Washington County at the moment. Here's a closer look, producing plenty of lightning within the minute. It has 3 lightning strikes associated with this storm over the course of 5 minutes. It's had around 33 lightning strikes, so a pretty electrical storm, pockets of heavier downpours here and there. We have another light shower towards Burke and Jenkins County as well. Winds coming in from the southwest direction, allowing us to feel quite warm, 18 miles per hour. Here's a look at Terry Lambert Hyundai Sky Beacon outside of Wellstar and CG Health. This is actually the storm towards Sandersville in Washington County. You can see the top of that anvil cloud there. Pretty cool sight. Temperature is staying warm in the upper 80s and low 90s, and that's going to continue throughout the rest of this week as we have a mostly sunny day and warm temperatures of 93 on Wednesday. Rain returns Thursday. I'll have those details coming soon. Dee?
All right, thanks so much. Tomorrow, voters in South Carolina will head to Boys and Girls Clubs of Greater Augusta, holding their annual Advocacy Day to showcase the organization to the community. News Channel 6's Ryan Lynch has a look at what was discussed.
Club President Kim Evans started with a presentation that showed the importance of local funding for the organization.
With all of the changes that are happening in the federal funding landscape, it is imperative that Augusta starts taking care of Augusta.
Evans sees this year as an important time to help the children that feel the weight of economic pressures.
There's a weight on the kids who come here, so we understand because we see them and talk to them every day. We understand the weight of that for them and trying to help them navigate what that means for themselves and their families. But this year it's critical. It's critical for us. It's critical for our kids and their families.
Augusta Mayor-elect Stephen Kendrick was in attendance and believes a successful Boys and Girls Club helps the children and Augusta as a whole.
As we're looking and trying to improve our city, improve our neighborhoods, improve our community, Boys and Girls Club sits at a place where it can be instructive in trying to help in that way. And so we remain involved, and I encourage everyone to become involved because as these kids do well, so does Augusta.
Alum Antonia Rowland tells me that she decided her career path from her experience with the organization.
I always talk great things about the Boys and Girls Club because they really helped jumpstart my future. In 2022, we took a trip to the hospital downtown, and seeing how and hearing how there's a lack of nurses and support in our society is what really solidified my decision to be a nurse practitioner.
The organization has opportunities for scholarship to help members reach the future they desire.
And awarded me with a check of $20,000, and that is a scholarship to help pay for school.
The club looks to increase its local funding as it continues to serve the community. In Augusta, Ryan Lynch, WJBF News Channel 6.
Hundreds of middle and high school students are at the Georgia Cyber Innovation and Training Center this week. They're learning cybersecurity skills and exploring career opportunities in that industry. The Alliance for Fort Gordon is hosting a Cyber Patriot Camp for local students this week. The camp gives kids a taste of what it's like to work in one of the country's fastest growing industries.
Gives them exposure to cybersecurity, specifically into different work roles or jobs that you can do in cybersecurity, so that they can see that and understand this is something I like to do, want to do, I'm curious about it, and they can actually get some exposure to doing it.
This year, the program also offered a virtual option, allowing more than 30 students from the Atlanta area to participate. The Augusta Municipal Golf Course is back in the national spotlight. Episode 3 of the ESPN original series, Where It Lies, is highlighting the legacy, influence, and transformation of the Patch. It's part of a 4-part docuseries visiting 4 of America's public golf courses. It premiered today on the ESPN app, or you can watch it on TV this Wednesday night at 7 on ESPN. Coming up, remembering music icon Clive Davis. We'll have the details of his death when we return.
Good evening, I'm Carol Black, Weather Cast 3, Cast 4.
I call Advanced Air Technology for all your air conditioning needs.
Grammy Award winner and Rock and Roll Hall of Famer Clive Davis died today at 94 years old. His family says he died from an age-related illness at his home in New York City, surrounded by his loved ones. Rena Roy reports.
For more than 6 decades, Clive Davis spent his life looking for voices that could and would define the music of multiple genres and generations. Powerhouse names in the music industry, from Barry Manilow to Billy Joel. Born on April 4th, 1932, Davis grew up poor in Crown Heights, Brooklyn. After losing both his parents as a teenager, Davis would go on to graduate summa cum laude from New York University in 1953 and Harvard Law in 1956. At 28 years old, he joined Columbia Records as associate counsel. By 35, president of the label. What set Davis apart from everyone else at Columbia Records was his understanding of musical talent before anyone else did. He discovered one of the greatest stars of all time, Whitney Houston, one of her biggest hits, I Want to Dance with Somebody. Voice at her mother's church and introduced her to the world on the Merv Griffin Show.
You either got it or you don't have it. She's got it. She got it.
In 2000, he started J Records, where he introduced the world to Alicia Keys with her debut single. At the age of 80, Davis publicly came out as bisexual in his autobiography, The Soundtrack of My Life, saying he hoped his coming out would lead to a great understanding of bisexuality. Davis won 4 Grammys as a producer, received the Grammys Trustee Award and the President's Merit Award. In 2000, he was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And in 2011, the theater at the Grammy Museum was named in his honor.
I believe in music. I believe that even in this technologic age, where once again they're questioning the future of what music's role is in people's lives, it's a vital part of people's lives. I can't imagine a world without music.
Rita Roy, ABC News. And the former chair of the Federal Reserve, Alan Greenspan, has died. He died today from complications of Parkinson's disease. He led the central bank under 4 presidents of both parties from 1987 to 2006. Much of his tenure coincided with a streak of national prosperity. Greenspan's reputation took a hit, though, during the housing market collapse, which was attributed in part to some of his signature policies. He was 100 years old.
Well, I call advanced air.
Now, your most accurate forecast with WJBF Live Viper 6.
Welcome back, and we are still tracking strong thunderstorms pushing across the CSRA, but they are below severe limits. They have plenty of lightning associated with them. Here's one, that thunderstorm towards Washington County, now inching into Jefferson County. 2 lightning strikes within the minute, around 33 lightning strikes within the past 30 minutes. So it's been a pretty electrical storm, and temperatures are feeling nice and warm. 91 for us here in Augusta. We're at 92 in Evans, a bit cooler in Washington County. 87 degrees as they've picked up on some beneficial rainfall. Terry Lambert Hyundai Skyview Cam outside of Television Park now. We have mostly blue skies, but we do have a few clouds out there as well. Temperature is staying strong at 91. Dew point sitting at 70. Winds coming in from the west-southwest, sustained at 7 miles per hour. And we still have those tornado warnings on the ground towards North Georgia area. That's not coming towards us, but that's super impressive. They've had a tornado box since the 6 o'clock hour, and even before that in the 5 o'clock hour. So this storm, pretty hefty, but it's moving well north of us here in the CSRA. And we do have a possibility for that severe weather tonight, but I'm really thinking that it is going to stay calm like it has been now. We might get a strong thunderstorm and some lightning strikes, but I'm really not expecting it to be any kind of severe storms for us. Here is a look at our futurecast. You can see that thunderstorm that we were talking about entering into Jefferson County. They're picking up on it. They just have it pushed a little bit to the north, but this is Monday by 7 o'clock. Then we see light rain push through the CSRA, clearing out by the 10 o'clock hour. Stays that way by 12. Then we have that line start to push through at 4 o'clock, but really weakening as it enters into our stable atmosphere. And tomorrow we're going to have a mostly clear day ahead. A little bit of residual cloud cover at 7 o'clock in the morning, but we clear out nicely throughout the afternoon and dry up nicely as well. 92 by 3 o'clock, and our dew points are going to drop significantly as a cold front pushes through, putting us in the slightly uncomfortable category. But we've been an air you can wear for a while, so it's going to be very nice for us. We're going to feel some relief, but we do not have relief when it comes to these temperatures. Temperatures remaining in the low 90s, right there on average at 92, warming up to 97 by Monday. Going to be a beautiful weekend ahead. We do have the chance for a few isolated showers and storms Thursday and Friday, but we clear up nicely as we head into the weekend. Saturday, a high of 94. Sunday, your high of 95. We hit 97 as we hit Monday. And now it's time for another edition of Beyond the Forecast. The Father's Day was yesterday, but what weather have we seen in previous years? Meteorologist Miller Hyatt joins us with a closer look.
Mother Nature can bring a mixed bag of weather to Augusta on Father's Day, but on average, the high is 91 degrees. Hottest temperature on Father's Day was back in 81 with a high of 99 degrees. I'm sure Dad was sweating over that grill making those hamburgers and hot dogs. The coolest Father's Day was 76 degrees, maybe a long sleeve shirt for Dad back in 1999. Precipitation-wise, pretty dry. In fact, less than a tenth of an inch on average, but we've seen some wetter Dad's days. Back in 2021, we saw nearly an inch of rain. I'll have more details on my latest Beyond the Forecast blog. You can find that on WJBF.com/weather.
In between, we buy them all, and we overpay. For a cash offer and a check in hand, go to weoverpay.com or come see us today at Gerald Jones Honda.
Discover the convenience of flying out of Augusta Regional Airport. Convenient parking, shorter security lines, plus why travel before you travel. Compare flights and travel expenses with our travel calculator at flyags.com. Fly there, fly home.
The News Channel 6 mobile app is now even better. Download it today.
I'm Mike Costello, and this is what we do. Car wrecks. Yes, car wrecks. So call or text us today or visit us at mycostelolawfirm.com. Costello. Car wreck. Car wreck? Costello.
Breakfast burritos are back.
Health officials say measles isn't just a disease of the past. With cases continuing to appear, officials urge you to stay informed and take the steps to protect yourself. And Danielle Ruddy explains.
Measles is spreading actively across the country and now the Low Country. Health officials say many of the people becoming infected are also unvaccinated. They say understanding the risks and staying up to date on your vaccinations can help prevent further spread. The South Carolina Department of Public Health confirmed a measles case in an adult Beaufort County resident on June 11, 2026, with no known link to other cases. Measles is one of the more contagious viruses. Health officials say the early signs include a high fever, cough, runny nose, and red eyes. A rash typically develops a few days later, beginning at your face before spreading to your whole body.
At this point of the year, nearly doubled the number of cases from last year. So we're not even done with 2026. We're halfway through it, and we already have twice as many cases as all of 2025. So it's spreading very actively. It's very contagious, and it will, when the numbers, double every year, there's an increased risk of contracting it.
Officials say 93% of people who contract measles are unvaccinated, and 6 to 7% require hospitalization. Officials say one way to keep you and your family safe is to recognize the early signs of the illness.
Up to this point in the whole country, there's been about 2,000 cases. And again, we're only halfway through the year, and there were 2,070 cases in all of 2025. So it's certainly, it will certainly by the end of the year exceed or maybe double the amount of cases that we had last year nationally.
Health officials say if you're unsure of your vaccination status, the first step is to check with your primary care doctor. They say staying informed and taking early action can protect you and limit the spread of the virus. Reporting in Beaufort County, I'm Danielle Ruddy.
Coming up, a debate on social media over board games. We'll have the story after the break.
Time with your family is sacred. I cherish the moments I spend with my wife and son every day. As a lawyer, I know how an injury can change all of that in an instant. It impacts your health, your work, your loved ones, your whole life. I'm Austin Jackson, the Augusta guy. After your accident, I'm here to help you recover and get what you deserve for your injuries so you can get back to the moments that really matter. After an accident, call Austin Jackson, the Augusta guy. 706-724-7224.
Ronnie Player here with Queen City.
Melissa Rose Hirsch posted a video on Instagram with the caption, "Games kill the vibe." What she means is when you're hanging with friends and hanging out in the living room, drinking some wine, talking, and then someone pulls out a board game. Some online commented on her video, "Wow, you're fun at parties." But others say games can interrupt time that could be spent connecting, and if they wanted to make it a game night, they should have told them in advance.
Interesting. I don't know how I feel about that. I love a good board game. I've always been a big board game fan.
I can see it both ways because, I mean, if you're there talking and having a good time, why kill the conversation by playing a board game? But if nothing's going on, it's like, hey, want to play some spades? I'm always down for spades. I always lose, but, you know, I'm always down for trying.
Yeah, that's right. Well, if you don't like the heat, maybe being indoors this week would be a good time for you to play a board game or not, depending on if you think the board games kill the vibes. But we are hot and steamy as we head towards the weekend. 94 for your Saturday.
And I just realized I like card games. I don't necessarily like board games.
Right.
I like, you know, card games. I like bingo, which is a card game. I love bingo and I love spades.
Yeah.
I want to learn Bid Whiz. I'm getting older. I gotta play the old lady games. Have a good night.
How do you become the